When we look at the unit items, there's a small blend of things we've done before and then kind of an emphasis on a few new things. This first video will talk about the unit items that would be included and done well and included enough. We'll look at being a meeting expectations for that. The first thing is locations. We've done the where is something before, up, down, nor up, down, beside, in front. And when we're doing locations, it's usually the item, and then you get some sort of reference item, a table, and then you put the location. And then the most level up way to do it is to do ni arimasu. You can use des, but it's not as effective. So, for example, pen wa table no ue ni arimasu. When we're doing locations here, often we're giving a location, but we want to make sure there's a small degree of uncertainty just in case we were wrong. And so that arimasu can be leveled up to aru desho. Aru desho, sorry, it looks like this for the spelling. I'm trying to jam this in the side. If you're using des and you want to level up to be a little bit more probably, you can use desho. So you could say, ginko wa koban no mukai desho, or koban no mukai ni aru desho. The new one that we've added is the north, south, east, west. And when we use north, south, east, west, what we're doing is saying something like on the north side, the south side. We don't just say in the north. We have to say kind of in the north direction. And the direction word is ho. Ho is our direction. So, kita no ho ni arimasu, or kita no ho ni aru, or kita no ho ni aru desho, on the north side, the west side, the east side, etc. In this, we also had a large number of places that you go, and given what I've heard in the orals, people are very, very comfortable with all of these particular places. The only one that might not be on there that you might see, especially if you're in Japan, is Otera, the temple, which would be the Buddhist temple. We have the Jinja on this particular map, and I think we're very good. I'm also pleased to see most people are using, instead of restaurant for the soba place, shokudo. We're bringing back an old friend in this unit, which is to try something. And when we try something, it's our te form and then mimasu. And we can change this particular meaning based on the mimasu. I want to make sure, though, that we understand that try is not just the idea of attempting something, but it's the also idea of doing something and evaluating how it goes. You want to try a new flavor of ice cream. You want to go to a new movie and see what it's like. You want to do a new video game and see what it's like. That's all te plus mimasu. Now, how you change the mimasu will change the direction or change the meaning of this evaluation. So if we said mitai desu, I want to try. Mi nakereba naranai, you must try. Mite wa dame, you're not allowed to do that and evaluate and see how it is. So what you change the mimasu to will change the meaning the whole way. So depending on how and where you want to pursue that meaning, it's the mimasu. We have in this thing a new thing, which is direction actions and direction signals. And if there are two signals that are most key, they are the signals of ni and the signal of o. In the oral, I'm hearing lots and lots of uchi de imasu, because in English we say I'm at the house, and we associate at with de. But ni always gives a location. So ni is the direction you turn, and it's where something is. If you're using imasu and arimasu, the place that this thing is imasu and arimasu in has to have a ni. The other big thing that we're using is o. O is what you go out of. O is what you go along. O is where you turn around. O is where you cross over. O is where you go through. And O is where you pass by. All of those use O, and generally I've heard them used pretty well in the orals. So your two big ones are ni, so that's your hidari or migi ni magarimasu, uchi ni imasu, and it's uchi o demasu, michi o ikimasu, kado o magarimasu, michi o watarimasu, eki o tosugimasu, kutsuya o torimasu. The other two ones are sequencing words. We've talked about those, the first, the second. So that's your mazu, and maybe a tsugi, and a sore kara, and then a soshite. And then at the very end, it's that so suruto, or yato, finally giving your instructions. The other thing that we've talked about here in giving directions is sequencing as in the first, the second. So if you want to say the first corner or the second corner, then you're doing your ichiban, and you're adding me. And me makes it the second corner. If you're doing your level up, then you're doing hitotsu me, and the me kanji is a day with an extra line in it, or futatsu me, futatsu, and the only other one I've heard so far is mitsu, and not mitsutsu, but mitsu. That's the counting of things. Finally, we have these two, the if and when. And if and when just takes the plain form plus to. So if we're doing if you do that, if you turn and you'll see the bank, it's magaru to. If you go to the station, eki ni iku to densha ga mimasu. You can see denshas. It's very, very straightforward. And when you choose to use this, what happens here has to be absolutely 100% of the time going to be true. So if you go to Japan, you will see Japanese people. If you go to the mountains, you will see this. If you turn right, you will see Pine Tree Secondary on your left because it's there. It's always there. It's never going to be there. Sorry, it's never going to change. That's why we also use it for so suruto. If you and when you do exactly as I tell you, you will get to where I say you're going to be. The final one that we looked at is tame. And the big thing to remember is with tame is if you're doing an action or not doing an action. So if you're doing an action, so I'm going to the mall for the purpose of buying something, it's in the plain must form plus tame. There is no. You guys, you do like to add no's everywhere. Oops, sorry. You do like to add the no's everywhere, but you don't need it. So I'm getting a lot of iku no tame. And my response to that is take that out. You need the no when you're not using action word. So if you could had something, for example, shiken, a test. Shiken no tame ni benkyou shimasu. That's when the no comes into play. But it never, ever comes into play when you have an action word before it.